Guys, good morning guys. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my video guys. So as we checked yesterday that we have our running profit on our boom 5 event on 30-minute time frames, and we can see that we have a massive trend at this particular area, and I've already closed my trend because I discovered that we have a color changing at this particular area, and that's why we are having our retraced level at the indicator as this particular indicate at this particular area. And also I'm having my trend running above the 20 level, so I've already know that there's going to be another set forward for another trend. So if what I'm following before is a downtrend, then I'm seeing an uptrend currently now, then it is good for me to close my market and wait for another particular entry. So now guys, let me show you how I take this particular trade successful on yesterday, so that you can also check it up on your own chart and do your own follow up. And this particular indicator is one of the best indicator you can do for yourself. By getting this particular indicator, I have a lot of people using it and they are making a lot of profit from it every day. So this is boom 500 on 30-minute time frames. I'm going to show you how I take this particular trade yesterday. As you can see, I have a trade that I take here. I have another one that I take at this particular area. You can see that I take another one here. So this indicator has been working very well. So I'm going to show you a proof of how I take it here and how I also take it on the first one. Now the first thing that you need to do is that you need to work with your 30-minute time frames to check the trend of the market. You have to check the trend of the market. So now to check the trend of the market, that's why we have this our trend leader here. This our trend leader help us with the trend of the market. You can see we have a downtrend truly up to this moment. Now we have it, and that's exactly what we are having on the charts. You can see that. So that is where we have our trend, that the market is on a downtrend. That's why we have this particular arrow. So once we have this particular arrow, now we go to 5-minute time frames and check for the trend of the market on 5-minute time frames. Don't forget, this is one of the first check that we have here. So before you check the trend, you have to discover that this your green line that you see here, that is turning to orange at this particular spot, is above the 80 level, and once it's above the 80 level and that particular arrow appear on the green chart before moving to orange chart, that particular trend is accurate. But it is not yet fully accurate until you check a particular thing here. So what you are going to do now is that you are going to mark that particular spot that you have your arrow in. You are going to mark that particular spot. You can see that it appear on the green candle. So you are going to mark that particular spot and you go back to 30-minute time frames. Once you confirm your above trend here, you now go back to your 30-minute time frames. Now once you go back to your 30-minute time frames, let me zoom in so that you guys can see it. So when you go to your 30-minute time frames, you now check where that particular line that you mark on 5-minute time frames, where it appear on the 30-minute time frames. You can see that it appears on the last green candle. So it must appear on the last green candle while the F-Ghosting candle was form himself and you enter your trade. Now we can see it appear on the last green candle on the uptrend here, and once it appear on this, and you can confirm your trend also here as above the 80 level, and you can discover that your F-Ghosting candle appear, which is this our red candle. You can see what follow after the trend completes, the red candle starting to form an F-Ghosting candle, and the F-Ghosting candle end at this particular region. And we have another simple indicator here that also shows the trend of the market. Maybe the trend is going for a buy entry or a sell entry. We can see that the trend move from particular green color to our red line, and this red line indicates that the market is going on a downtrend. So that is why I enter this particular area. So I've already know that markets cannot fall back to this particular zone again. It cannot fall back to this particular zone again. So if it fall back to this particular zone and it break it over, this particular red line that you see here will have turned to green and I will have out of the market. So that's why I take this particular trade and I take it up to this particular moment. You can see that. So I show you in one of the video that I make also, that is how I make that particular amount of in that particular video. So let me show you the second one here that we have again. Another simple trend that we have again, this last trend that we have that I take from here up to this particular moment. So what we are going to do is also confirm the trend the way you always confirm it. We have a downtrend running up down. So you go to your 5-minute time frames and you look for your what? You look for your downtrend. Don't forget your downtrend now is going to be below the what? Below the 20 level. That's what you are going to be looking for now. Below the what? Below the 20 level. So now, but we are going to be having our trend here now. Since you are going for what? You are going for above what? Above 80 level, because you want to take a downtrend. You can see we have our green line here moving before moving to what? To orange line here. And once it moved to orange line, before your trade move to this particular area, you will have indicate this particular arrow at this particular spot. And once you have it at this particular spot, you are going to go to 30-minute time frames. And once you go to your 30-minute time frames, you can now check where that particular candle appear on your 30-minute time frames. And once it appears on your 30-minute time frames, then you can see that it appears on the last green candle on your what? On your chart. So once it appears on the last green candle, then you wait for the exhausting candle to what? To form. So once it forms, you can see that that is how I take this particular trade, and I close when that particular indicator turns to what? To green. So this is how this particular indicator works, and it works perfect. It work amazing for people to what? To take a successful trade all the time. So this indicator is also something that you can also get for yourself. You can also get it for your team, and you can also get it to what? To support the trend that you are already be using, guys. So this has been working for me, and it is the best thing that you can help yourself with. So to get this particular indicator is very simple. You just reach out to me and you are going to get all the full license and the training video on how this particular indicator works. So the same strategy also works on our Crash 500. We can see what happened here on the Crash 500. I have to mark this particular spot when the trend confirm on the 5-minute time frames, and we can see that the correct trend that we have here is what? We have this particular trend correct because it appears on the last green candle, on the last red candle. You can see what happened here. This, let's start from here. We can see that this appear on the what? It appears on the last green candle here on our 5-minute time frames, and you can see that I take this particular trend. We can see this one is what? Is also accurate, but we can see that the market reversed back before giving us a what? Another uptrend. So it's also accurate, but our trend is what? Is downtrend. So we have another one here that indicates on the red arrow and the red candle here. So and we want to take a downtrend. That means that this particular spot is not what? Is not fully accurate. And the same thing also happened here. We want to take a what? A downtrend, but it's not what? It's not accurate. It must appear on the last green candle. That is how you can be so sure of what you want to trade, like what happened here, So guys, thank you very much, guys. So what you can do is to just reach out to me and you are going to have access to this indicator. Thanks. This indicator is not for free, so you can also get it. Thanks, guys.